Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United. JP on the inside. We have Nico supposed to join in pretty shortly. But I mean until then fellas come in, JP. How we doing? How we feeling?
Good. Good, man. We salvage our points out of something that I thought you would know. It had me a little worried there for a few minutes. For a few minutes, but good now. And I repent from a alma mater tonight. I make sure I
When
put
it
on my jersey tonight when the finals Friday.
Friday's the finals.
Yeah,
Alright,
yeah.
alright, alright. We're
So,
Benedict's?
next all the way. So,
Alright. So yeah,
Fatima
watch my
Summits.
other come back
Watch
from the
now.
dead you know.
Yeah, boy. Yeah,
You
boy.
understand? For the last couple of years, it was what Naparima and then
Sam
Prayers.
prayers. Yeah,
had a little some.
yeah. Nearly
But good
20
to
years
see.
since 1998, Benedict won it.
Yeah, and it's good to see Benedict's back in the mix now because
Of course.
I remember the days when Benedict's was dominating intercol
Yeah,
football,
yeah.
right? And I remember going Skinner Park,
Right.
right? And everything was so close, so the vibes was real, you know. Them
Yeah.
was the days, man. Them was the days, man. And
Yeah.
I think I just got over my age day, you know. um, we have Everson on the inside, you know, good evening, buddy, and thanks for joining, man. All right, Dream Chase on the inside, good night, buddy, thanks for joining, man. Hey, Kurt, yeah, man, thanks much, I appreciate it. Everson saying here more clinical finishing today, and we would have beat Chelsea off the park.
hmm
Tony would have scored today if he had Rashi chances. By anybody that scored Rashford chances, yes. Hey, Rudy, long time, man, thanks for joining, buddy. He's saying United build their success on not knowing when we're beaten.
True.
Exactly, exactly. So, and Kurt saying here, I hope my school get back to the forefront, Belmont boys. Belmont was routing at any time. I can't
I
remember
when
Belmont by Kurt, by.
when I was way.
Kurt, you're getting away age too, by. You at the school with Eric Williams, or, you know? But you know, back to today. Right now, hear this, right? And maybe you might have to remind me, right? And all in the comments as well. But I cannot remember, you know, us ever going to Stamford Bridge and dominating Chelsea. You know, it has always been, as long as I can remember, right? And I have a peanut in there, as long as I can remember, it has always been us going there, you know, sitting back and Chelsea, you know, knocking the ball all over our team as though we are coons. You know, we there hoping, you know, to break forward, you know, on a counter and get a goal or whatever. And it's something I would never forget. I always used to be telling Nico and I annoyed her. And I said, Nico, why we can't, you know, string together three proper progressive passes? You know, why we always had to be, you know, giving Herrera tapes on Hazard. And he had to be focusing on stopping Hazard instead of we playing our game.
hmm
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
This is what I was used to when coming to Chelsea, right? But Ten Hag ball seems to be raining,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's an absolute joy seeing United take it to teams now, right? We here to impose, we here to dominate. I mean, we defensively solid. We just not killing off teams, JP.
Yeah. He start from the back building coming forward, and I think he just reached the front as yet.
Yeah,
Nah.
go ahead, JP.
Yeah, yeah. So you see the back line, the with bringing in Martinez, competition for sure with Malacia. So you see how he built from the back then, Casemiro in the midfield with Ericsson. The midfield, you're seeing where it's happening there, but it's just in front, we're not clicking yet. So when that started click, that's when there will be real problems because my brother is a Chelsea fan and his excuse today is they had real major injuries. Okay, but look at the team that they put out.
Exactly.
And we still dominate the game for the most part. The way we play, as you say, normally it would be you go there and you sit back and you hope for a counter. Is not a, it wasn't the dominant performances where we controlling the passing and and taking it to Chelsea. We
Correct.
could have easily won that game today, and that's why I was disappointed initially with a nil draw. I was disappointed. Then when they scored, we had to come back. I was like, okay, I will take that.
Yeah. And you send me right into my next question. So, when you look at it on the whole, is
Mhm.
it 2 points dropped or
Yes,
points salvaged?
2 points dropped. 2 points dropped because it's a game I think that we should have buried. Honestly, I think we should have buried that in the first half.
We song in there
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, go
Nico,
there
talk
now.
to me. Much
Nice, only
better.
him.
Yeah, on
Oh,
the
nice,
inside.
nice,
Yeah.
nice. Some real tech kind of thing
Yeah,
I think up
Nico.
here, boy. Yeah.
Yeah. We know this be sometimes. So we now talking about
Mm.
how much we control the game. It's a joy to see United taking it to teams. We
Right,
imposing,
right,
we
right.
dominating. Defensively, we solid, but we're just not killing teams off, right? Um, your view: 2 points dropped or a point salvage?
Boy, in the end, it felt good not to lose. Right, it felt good not to lose, but the chances we had, we should not have to be scrambling to come from behind.
Mhm.
Even if let me say, even if we scored, especially in the first half, and let me say they came back, let me say McTominay did the same thing he did, and they got a penalty, and they got a draw. And I say, we dropped 2 points. And I say, definitely said we dropped 2 points. But that's in nature with coming back in the 90 plus. You go always feel good about that now, and you hope that the team, take something from that, and that momentum carry us through the season with that.
Yeah. Let's get some comments before we move on, right? Um, Kurt saying Belmont secondary was the 1992 champs. All right.
Okay.
All right, all
I
right, all
was
right.
still pretty young at that time. So
Yeah. Yeah, Rudy, loving the house, man. Loving the house, man. Um, all right, all right.
Really good
Yeah,
night, man.
man. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Kurt. You're proud, man. That what we talking about. No worries in that, man. And that young. That's still young. There are plenty of people that living to see that age, buddy.
for
All
real.
right. Everson saying here, Belmont Intercal fellas. Nigel, McKay, Leo Ramkisoon. Well, all right, Everson. So I'm guessing that you
In
and
that
Kurt on
43
the,
inch shoe.
yeah,
Yeah.
all probably around the same, all well and good, man. Dream Chaser saying good game, little disappointed result. Um, but from the game we see in United going in a positive, definitely, buddy,
Definitely. Yeah.
definitely, yeah. And Nico, in the intro, I was telling JP and those in viewing that every time we face in Chelsea, I always used to be telling you why it
Yeah.
is we can't string three proper
Yeah. Yeah.
passes,
Yeah.
dog. Constructive, progressive passes. We always fighting to to string better good passes together.
And
But it
and
felt
and,
good
and away and away at
at
Stamford Bridge.
Stamford Bridge.
Yeah.
Normally we headless around the ball all over the place, just stringing the playing passes all around us. And today was
Like
the opposite.
cones. Yeah.
Today
Yeah.
was different, and that's showing you when you have a proper engine room too,
Yes.
right? That's the difference. You have a proper engine room. Then Casemiro and Ericsson, they not fellas
Excellent.
are panicking on the ball.
Yeah.
Men, 2, 3 men wrong them fellas, and them fellas still having the ball comfortable, making proper passes
Hmm.
without being intimidated.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So
Mm-hmm.
to me, as we always just say, that is how important an engine room is. That where the glow of your team is now. And when
Yeah.
them fellas composed, and when them fellas, show taking charge of the ball, the rest of the team just relax, and the rest of the team just play, and we saw that today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aaron on the inside. Good night, buddy. Thanks for joining, man. He's saying we need to score first, which we more than do, and we will easily control games. Yeah. If we could
Hmm.
score early, then fellas go play without that pressure now, boy.
Yeah. Yeah. You see even more freedom.
Exactly. Rudy saying here, man, we knocking and passing with fluidity even from the back. Yes, boy. I telling
Hmm.
it.
Boy,
I watching
Yeah.
we play and I want to know what going on
yeah, boy.
here.
Yeah.
I watching the
Yeah.
bruises. I tell you, I watching that game, man. Like, watch my paws raising. I was what did he? But shit, the team is supporting. I like. And I get shocked like I want to pinch myself because it's so long. So long I haven't seen these kind of performances and
Yeah,
consistently too.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
consistently. That is it. That is it. You know, Kurt's in here. You name some big players. Okay, so you're talking to Edison.
Yeah.
I think. All right, fellas, I'll carry on, reminisce. Right now, but right now it's the South schools running the route, right?
Yeah.
For a while. For a
Yeah.
long time.
Dream Chaser saying here the team overpassed today. You know, we were in situations where we could have shoot
I
and we
agree with
passed.
that.
Yeah, definitely agree with that.
First half
Yeah.
especially.
Yeah, I find Sancho real darling on the
Yeah.
ball today without
Yeah.
really doing anything.
Exactly. He was getting in real good positions and then like he
Yeah,
just
doing
didn't know
nothing
what
with
to
it.
do from
Yeah.
Yeah. Richard on the inside. Richard, long time buddy. Thanks for joining, man. He's seen lovely fight till the end. Yes, boy.
Yes.
Watch, man.
Yes.
I tell you that. I message JP and a ball on his phone.
Yeah, but
Hey. At the end of the game, when Shaw trying to play out the time, you see Tanak saying, hey, we play the ball forward, but we want to lose the
Exactly.
when Tanak sees 6 minutes, he pop his hand, he show them 6 and he's
Yeah.
like, get up.
Yeah.
Get up,
Yeah, I
BP.
tell you, even when we equalize, Shaw had the ball and he keep playing for time. Tanak say, hey, what you doing?
No.
What you
Yeah, boy.
doing?
We had to take it's either we lost or we
Yeah.
lost. You know, we go for it.
Yeah.
And that the mentality, and I was Shaw not accustomed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say for England, yes. England have a real loser kind of mentality, right?
Nah, but here now. When Ten Hag done with them, because all the way be real, Shaw looking good enough.
Yeah.
Right? When Ten Hag done with
yeah.
them, Shaw go carry that mentality, and well, it'll go be between Ten Hag and Southgate to fight for that, right? Zachary Hussein on the inside from the YouTube side. Zach, thanks for joining, buddy. And watch me.
Yeah,
Zach is a Chelsea man. So Zach, I want to know how you feeling, right? 2 points dropped, you know, or 1 point salvage. I want to know for you, from a Chelsea point of view, right? Because I'll be feeling real bad right now.
We come in the bridge and I almost mash up the bridge today, boy.
Almost in it.
Yeah. If and Anthony you had the right foot.
Yeah, boy, that chance Anthony get there, boy.
But he hit it nice and it was just off target.
Yeah, but you're no control on the right foot.
Yeah.
You're no control on the right foot. That chance is too easy.
Yeah, boy.
That should have
But
been-
why saying too, Nico? You know, and this is part of what we've been, you know, lamenting on for so long. The clinical nature of our players. For me, it don't only come down to your strikers, your players, right? When they get chances, you have to be able to take it because you give De Bruyne, Haaland, on the weaker foot or the stronger foot, them fellas putting them thing away, boy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Very nice,
they're
yeah.
missing that. They're not
Yeah.
missing that.
Yeah.
Jack Grealish
So-
should not scoring that.
Yeah, you understand?
They're missing that thing, boy.
Nah, but don't have it on Jack Grealish, right? He's a baller. He's a baller, right? Let me don't go there. Like one of the few City players I like, right?
Hey.
Now if you know I vex you when City, I wanted you to come on instead of Sancho, boy. Anyway, releasing this.
In
Go
fact, it
ahead.
might have been kind of friends. Yes? No, go ahead. Sancho.
Releasing here the style of playmaking they here stick out. Like if all I find so, but I find they here again better and improving by.
I find he adapting to the system.
He improving, but I still don't think
Yeah.
he's done a cup of tea.
He isn't, but I wouldn't look at him as he not fit in the system right now. I think he's falling in well.
I find so too. I think, you know, as you see everybody else improving, you know, with instruction, with proper coaching, I see the same thing with the here.
Yeah.
He mightn't be the long term and the ideal, you know, for Ten Hag, but let me Rudy,
He
let me
doing that
give him
job,
a
man.
blind,
Yeah, he doing the job, man.
you know.
Like-
Kurt saying here, Scotty say Cassie, I'm telling you
Yes.
what, man. I see
Yeah.
McTominay hog up Casemiro
Hog
this
him up.
you know.
Yeah.
So fellas, you know, it's have an interesting and a very interesting statistic, right? The teams that hold in the top 6 positions on the table currently, we already play all. Right? And we have accumulated 10 points out of a possible 15. Now, fellas, with the start that we had in this season, that is excellent, you know.
It is.
Yeah, definitely.
It is.
So from now going forward, we playing 7th to 20th, you know.
Mhm.
Well, until the you know the reverse fixtures and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
But to
Ah.
go up against the top teams and we only dropped 5 points, which would be what? We lost against City, we
City,
draw
and we
against
draw
Newcastle,
against-
and who
Yeah.
we draw against
We
again?
draw against
we
Chelsea
draw
today.
against
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Excellent, fellas.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, it's just for when we go to those smaller teams to take the chances now.
Correct.
Mhm.
Correct.
To me, that is the only how this would, we go see the benefits at this period.
Yeah, for real.
And then Chelsea, what Chelsea run our games. Or what's up? Chelsea run our games.
Nah, I ain't watch it, buddy.
But if we're not in second or, at least third, by time January, I would be surprised.
There's some hard
Chelsea-
games.
All the hard games coming up for about 4 or 5 games.
But this,
Wow.
today was
Wow.
like the first real test in the league with Potter. We were
Okay.
the toughest team that they play so far since he take over.
Okay.
Yeah,
apart from
wow.
European games, that is.
Yeah, but check the run games for Chelsea coming up. Some very
Yeah.
tough games.
All right. So guys, you all who viewing, don't forget to like and share, give you a thumbs up, or any other, emoji reaction you want. We appreciate it, right? It'll get the content out, right? Rudy saying here saw Edison with an assist today because of his distribution, his
Yeah,
superb distribution. Yeah.
And Alisson get one the idea.
Yeah. Alisson keep Liverpool in that game today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everson saying here, I heard endless stories of Belmont unbeaten season. Okay. Am I okay? All right, man. All right. Well, thanks for the history lesson. Well, South running the road right now, right? Richard saying here, Ronaldo should take notes from Casemiro, but he will. But we still in a building stage, so I won't say 2 points dropped. I would say salvage because the previous United would have lost, so it's a step in the right direction. Okay, I like that take. Good saying here, you saw Alisson last week to Salah, superb. I remember Dean Henderson had a wonderful assist too before he got COVID last season. Yeah. Everson saying the fellas always see the passion of Cassie face.
Boy.
Yeah, boy. When he's going to equalize,
Watch
pure
that.
Brazilian
Feel
magic.
energy, boy.
Watch
You
that.
feel
Yeah,
energy,
yeah,
boy.
yeah.
Proper. Really saying if Fred, I think he had the passing range and accuracy like Ericsson, he would have been perfect. I don't know, they just me, but I feel like the Fred that we see today was the Newcastle one, not the Tottenham
Yeah.
one.
We didn't get a Tottenham friend today.
Right?
We vexed didn't start.
Hey, Gregory on the inside, man. Thanks for joining, buddy. Good night. He's saying we just need to finish and we could easily have won a trade,
Agreed.
boy. Here now.
Agreed. Yeah.
And die the difference. And die the difference, Finishing.
Just finishing. And watch me, the chances that we miss, I think especially the Anthony one was
Quality
2 clear
chances,
cuts.
boy.
Yeah,
I-
2
I-
clear cuts.
Real quality chances.
Yeah.
For this level.
Yeah.
Had to be putting them things away, man.
Yeah.
And Kepa having a good run too, so I mean,
Everything.
with that denty confidence early in the game. Ray on the inside, good night, buddy. Thanks for joining, man. He's saying we really need a striker. Yes, Rashi to the left, Ivan Toney or Gakpo will be good. Yeah.
Yeah, I taking
Yeah.
that.
Gregory saying it's been a confidence thing with these players for so long. They don't trust themselves, and you could see it. All right, so let us get through these comments and then we'll move on, guys.
And the thing is, Anthony came in, he was expecting that he would have brought the goals now. But like he getting sucker into this kind of confidence thing too.
Yeah.
And
all I saying, Nico, is once we get our first goal, it will take that weight and all the other players go play with a lot more freedom. And I feel you could see Anthony chipping with the goal, Rashford, Sancho. We just need to get our first goal now, boys. Like break the duck and take us out of flow.
So we didn't break it against Spurs? Oh, you mean
no, when I say per
every
game now.
and every game.
Yeah, per
Okay.
game.
Yeah.
Dream Chaser saying here once again what Rashford have to do to score. That man have about 20 shots last few games without scoring. Yeah, but I don't know now.
Yeah, that's right. Haaland done scored 22 goals this season.
And Rashford, I ain't noticed about Rashford now, boy.
He more effective off the left, boy. That position we have him in there is not for him.
But I agree with that, But the chances he getting,
Yeah, he should still put him
you
out.
should
Yeah.
be scoring those chances.
Yeah, you should.
Right? Because when we look at the Arsenal game, we talk about the Arsenal game, the Liverpool game, when he scored the goals, he came off the left.
Yeah.
And he was in the center of the pitch and he scored.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So why you not scoring these kind of chances here? Come on, man.
Today was a little tougher for him. I wouldn't be too hard on him with the chances for today. I don't think I could think of a clear-cut one I should have scored today.
The one when
That's fine.
who put him through boy and he could have just slip it under Kepa and
Oh,
he
he
tried
tried
to
to
chip
dink
in.
it. He tried to dink it
Yeah.
over him.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Had
maybe
that
that
one.
one. That was kind of hard still. Yeah,
And the
that-
one where he shoots, I mean he put his head down and knuckle across the
yeah, he
goal.
put it across him. Yeah.
Hey Dwayne Francis, good night man. Thanks for joining man. Gregory saying the hair won't be a long-term solution. His distribution is still weak. Give it time. It's only 11 games, fellas.
Yeah,
How
but
much-
I still don't feel the hair had that in him, to be honest. But
I
he
don't know.
adapting, but I don't think that is his game.
All right. Rudy's saying here he attempting to adapt, if you ask me, but it's have better keepers available now. But I am willing to give him a chance though. And I hear he talking about contract renewal, you know. So
Yeah.
me I know we
Yeah.
might be stuck with the hair if we are brutal, you know. You understand?
That's an good that I feel by.
So we go see because the hair don't say he want to renew, he want to be here for however long. So the hair
Yeah.
we could be talking about the hair for years to come, you know.
That's right. The hair is the second highest paid player on the team, right?
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
was saying, think about that. It
Yeah.
have keepers out there with the quality you want, and you could pay somebody else. You know what I mean? You could
Yeah.
on that salary at least 3 players.
Yeah.
At least 3 players you can pay on that salary. Then I gotta use the head.
Yeah.
Sorry to say, as a I mean a legend, but I mean, you serve your time.
Yeah. They football.
Like football, like the real world too, like
Yeah.
business.
And a good example of is Pep Guardiola. Eh? He didn't care. He switched keepers until he
Exactly.
found Edison. Eh?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Ray Ramlal saying here, how poor has Sancho been? He lost the ball so much. Balls that could have cost us. Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
needs to eat a bench, in my opinion.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ilanga came on and looked
He
positive
did some
today.
things,
Only.
yes. He did.
Ilanga
He
to me, maybe Ilanga will come back in the team. You know, unless Sancho relax a bit and watch the game from this side.
Yeah, Sancho had a gallo break. He had a gallo break.
Yeah.
Right? Doing Francis saying not bad, not a bad day. Yeah. Zachary, the Chelsea man, saying here, honestly, 1 point gain when you play the big six and fighting for top 4. Not the title. These games you can't lose. Okay, I like
The honesty.
that position.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that position. Right? So it's about not losing. So
Zachary, there's some tough games coming up, but
So, fellas, as we kind of told ourselves what we want to do from now going forward, we 3-word show title, right, based on the game. What you have, right? I go first. Martinez the Butcher, right? Because here now, you see Martinez, boy. That man just for me
Different,
with joy, boy,
Yeah,
right?
boy.
Aye.
Yeah.
Just to see how much he does involve himself in the game,
Yeah.
right? Even when he went in with the clash with Mount and Shaw had to pull Mount
Yeah.
away,
Yeah.
and then after I think it later in the game when we were down, who it was, boy? I don't know if it was Jorginho where he passed and pushed Jorginho,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
It was Jorginho.
which man, Martinez,
Different.
boy, the man is a monster, boy.
Yeah.
Martinez the Butcher, that is mine. What you say?
Scott got away.
I like that one.
Because yeah, right there. The fan base was going on. What's me? Ruins that, you know.
Yeah. He get good and proper because watch me. I tell
Yeah.
you, I want to know if Scott and who you pulled down,
Broja.
Broja.
Yeah.
I want to know if Scott and Broja dealing. Were you hugging me up so far?
Yeah, and you him lying good, man. You see
Nice
how low?
thing. Nice thing. He
Somebody
would
say
have
you should
get
hold him
yeah.
up from falling. He was falling, and someone he tried to hold him up from falling.
Let him
No,
fall, boy.
man.
Let him fall.
You don't let he go by, and that will make it bad. If it is that you hold him and he let go, and it look like Boja shut on himself. But Jed, you walk up the man, going down with the man.
all
You ain't
the way
letting go
down.
the man.
All the way down.
Nah, Scott got away. Scott got away today. Just man.
Dude, Tish, you know, that was so foolish, eh, boy? And that could have cost me 3 points, you know.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
after playing so good,
Yeah, boy. That would have been hard. That would have been tough, you know. After playing so good and dominating that game to come and lose that game
Yeah.
because of a stupid moment, one brain freeze.
Yeah.
JP, where's your 3-word title?
Thank you, Casemiro.
Thank you, Casemiro.
Nice,
For
man.
real,
Wow.
for real.
I tell you that last show. I said the Casemiro goal going to come.
Yeah.
I said the goal is going to
It
come.
was
I
a
said me
great
worried.
header, you know. Great
Nah,
header,
no doubt.
but-
Yeah.
No doubt, but
Scott
Casemiro.
nearly threw him off, eh?
And
Yeah.
Scott
Nearly
Haggett.
threw him off, eh?
Yeah.
He was behind him while it was,
Nah. Showed that mentality, but I never give up,
Yeah.
never say die.
Yeah.
You know, the game never done until that last whistle. And
Yeah.
that is why we bring a player like Casemiro, boy.
Exactly.
And for him to infuse that throughout the entire team.
Mhm.
That is the mentality I want.
Yeah, boy, we were that. And it felt good, even though we kind of in the end after all the domination we had to settle for a point. That attitude, as you say, Nico, that was so encouraging, eh, boy. That was so
Yeah.
encouraging. You know,
I didn't feel like we gave up. Honestly, I didn't
No.
feel like we gave up.
No.
But I see at 6 minutes, I watched
plenty
the game.
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
plenty
Oh,
time.
6 minutes? Where that 6
Yeah.
minutes come from, man? Varane was
The,
only
the,
gone for a
Varane, the
while.
Varane injury.
Varane,
Yeah, the
yeah.
Varane.
And then somebody else that I'll delay for them too. So I said 6 minutes. All right, I said we could do something in 6 minutes, man. I plenty. Yeah.
Dream Chaser saying here, give Ilanga a chance, man. Looking hungry. Yeah, he came on today
Yeah.
and look, he
Time
looked,
to give him a chance again. Yeah.
Yeah. He look bad. He come on, he look good.
Yeah.
especially with how Sancho looking. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And I know
Yeah.
Rashford could be marking that left spotted because
Of
he a lot
course.
more comfortable there. So
Yeah.
he probably see the pressure that Ronaldo or Martial come
Martial.
back. Gregory saying here people had us down to struggle. Shows what they know. Yeah, of course. And it's be good. It's feel good to prove people wrong, right?
Yeah.
It feels so good. You know?
But after that performance against Spurs, people thought that was a fashion plan then.
No, but you hear what Roy Keane say? Or?
Yeah.
You hear what Roy Keane say?
Yeah, nah,
He say,
I stopped listening now. I
Yeah.
stopped listening to Roy Keane. Roy Keane
But
said
he-
Spurs was not the best.
yeah, he
He
says
say
Spurs
wasn't the
was
best.
crap. So
Yeah,
he wants to
said
credit
people
me for
going
a good
on-
performance
yeah,
now.
Yeah.
people going on talking about was the best performance in years, but Spurs wasn't good. I stopped listening.
Mhm.
After hearing that, I was like,
Yeah.
nah, move on. Moving on. It's foolishness they're talking.
You go swear them fellas them didn't play for Man United, eh?
And
Dwayne saying here, I am carrying Martinez in any watch me,
Yeah.
any battle, you know.
Yeah.
Any battle, you know, the battle Armageddon are carrying him, you know. Kurt saying here, Sancho supposed to be tearing up that left with Marcel absent and Rush in the middle. He's supposed to almost be undroppable like Anthony right now.
you're not taking his
Yeah,
chance, boy.
You're not taking any chance.
You're not taking
Although, let me
any
talk about Sancho. Because is it a confidence thing? Because if it's a confidence thing, then you gain minutes so the manager trusts you. At least that is what I think. You know? Because if a manager gain minutes and he come on for Pigeon and he are doing too good, you could say well it's probably confidence because he are playing much. But Sancho played the majority of the games. Right? And we're not seeing the Dortmund Sancho. But I don't even know if we've seen half that player. I don't know which game in this season I could sit down and say Sancho was a 7 or 8. Even though some games he may have scored, his overall game wasn't really up to standard now. So all we're really going with Sancho in all estimation.
Hard to tell, boy. Hard to tell because to me, I mean, he gets in the opportunities. The coach believe in him, but for some reason he just not bringing the fight now. When he on the ball, sometimes you see the flair, the glamour, the glitz. But let me say, I didn't want to reach as far as Martinez. Where you want to fight where you want to drag that team over the line, where you want to create, where you want to run at a player, regardless of what, one on one, you're gonna take him on, shoot across the box, play somebody in. You're not seeing that level of intensity in Sancho play. Maybe he want to do that, but for some reason you're not seeing that intensity in Sancho play. And I don't know why. I know somebody in the comments have an idea why that maybe Sancho's struggling to really impose himself on that left hand side. I don't know, but he had to find whoever affecting him. However, whatever motivation he needs to run at players to be that Sancho that we all know he could be. He had to find it. He had to find Magna Mojo somehow.
Yeah, yeah. JP?
I wonder if you look at the imports from Germany into the league, most of them not making it, you know. So I wonder if it is this German league kind of making us think players better than they are. Pulisic, Havertz, Werner, Sancho, this
Bailly,
guy,
Bailey.
yeah, yeah. So Haaland proven to be the exception because he just exceptional. So I wonder if it is this German league just fooling us and making us think that these players way better than they are because Sancho and do nothing close to what he was doing in Germany for us as yet. You're seeing glimpses of a top player in him, but he not putting in like a full 90 minutes. I can't think of a full 90 minutes from Sancho. I can only think of moments in games where you see him do things. He reaching in good positions and it's like he don't know what to do. If he can't beat through the player, it's almost like he don't know how to pass the ball or look for something to lay it off. He just looking like he don't know what to do. And I wonder if it is the level of this league showing him up. I wonder
Yeah.
if it's that.
I think
Yeah, possibly.
for me it's concerning, right? Because um, we I don't know, and I don't know as well if the price tag, because remember them thing, and them fellas and them so on social media, so them be reading, and I know that is get to them. Them could say in interviews that they don't read and they don't take on, but I know them
Mm.
fellas is be reading,
They would, yeah.
right? Because they are the age where, it's a social media generation. They're part of that. So
Mm-hmm.
they can't stay away from, the voices on online. Right? And I don't know if the price tag affecting him, right? Because I mean we have a manager who actually good at coaching, because we've seen other areas of the pitch improving. We've seen certain improvements in the team, but yet I'm not seeing where you improving now, boy. Minutes after minutes, you're not showing me your fitness level improving because you're walking plenty. You're
Mm-hmm.
playing with fear. You're not playing with confidence in possession. You're treating, how would you say it? You're treating the ball like a grenade, right? And then not only that, it's like you don't want to dirty your boots. You don't want to get mash. You're pulling out our 70 to tees
Yeah.
when the advantage is yours.
Mhm.
So I really hope Sancho, pick up and
You gotta
probably
toughen up. You gotta toughen up.
yeah, something had to happen with Sancho because I'm not impressed,
That's all.
right? And the thing about it is we could be in trouble because Rashford, it could take too long to
So
revert to type.
yeah. Especially without competition.
Exactly.
No, but
So
we
if
have we
you,
have we have Garnacho and them bringing down the next man, and that's why I want them youths to get a chance. Garnacho and Elanga, like let them get a chance. Let them fellas know that they have to play for the spot.
yeah. But to me, it's concerning. But I mean, the season's still young, right? And some people might be slow starters now, and by the end of the mid-season, Sancho
Yeah,
could
I
already
think
pick up
Sancho.
form and
Yeah,
start
I
to,
think Sancho
I
is one of
hope
them. Eh?
so.
I think
I
Sancho is
hope
actually has
so.
to start now.
yeah. Um, Gregory saying here he's not a nine. I think he's talking about Rashford.
Yeah,
Right, we only play him there because Ream Boy can't stay fit. Yeah, but I
yeah.
could do, boy. What you could do? What you could do? And renew
Like for
nothing.
the
So
here.
Gregory not in favor of De Gea renewing. Right. He also saying here unless he taking a major pay cut, it's making sense, Jed.
Mm.
Yeah, well, no one them fellas renewing is for more money, right?
Yeah.
Rudy saying, I agree with Nicholas on the hair. Right. Kevin James on the inside. Thanks for joining, buddy. He's saying next time, no, time
No
for the
time.
hair, time for the hair
Exit.
exit. All right, all the fellas are forgiven at all,
Boy,
but all the fellas
harsh, boy.
still remembering last season and season before, but the man doing good earlier.
We're doing good, but we know what the team need now. Eh? We know what the team need, and with a solid defense and a proper striker on top, right? With one or two other players, we have less need for the goalkeeper. Because right now the hair really had to make no saves, eh? If you watch it,
Yeah.
Yeah, but remember,
Yeah.
making saves was never really his issue, right? I think we was talking about being able to play from the back distribution
Yeah.
was his
Yeah, and that
major
was
issues.
saying.
And
Yes,
he
that
working on
was
it.
saying. Even if we get a lesser keeper in terms of ability to make saves, we could afford to do that.
Right.
Right?
If he bring in distribution to the game.
Exactly. Yeah, because
Right.
the hair don't hardly having saves to make. So
Yeah.
we could sacrifice on the saving ability, to get our ball playing cheaper. Because he barely getting shots anyway against
It
him.
makes sense here because when you think about Edison, like you don't really think of Edison making big saves, you know.
Actually,
He's a good keeper, but Edison more is really about his distribution.
yeah.
All right.
I mean,
But I tell you,
yeah.
they had him declare and he made it public that he want to stay. So I want to see how this going to unfold.
Well, he know why he do
right?
that. He know why he do that.
Exactly, you know why you do that.
So I don't see real men going to the
What
ring
that-
when you see David.
he
They
want that
have
big
sit down with
money.
his pen. With that pen on the and with Ten Hag hugging him up.
Then I ruthless, but then I do the maths. You say, nah, this ain't making no sense. Look.
So we gonna see. I just don't know. You gonna have meltdown when the club says we're delighted to announce.
And they got Mel down the other way too, eh? Right? But United announced that they would not be extending David De Gea contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can Mel down there
we,
too, eh?
yeah, we wish him the best in all.
Yeah,
His contract when his contract expired.
This
He's one of
this
them.
is nothing.
Okay, but you see, and that's the next thing too, right? Unless we decide that we're gonna change how we do things, we're gonna lose the hair for free, you know.
Yeah.
So we had to offer him
Normal
something and
thing.
then try to probably sell him next season
Tell
or
him
something. you
after,
know.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Rudy saying here, you can see Martinez how much he actually loves to defend.
Yeah, boy.
He is one of those players who
Yeah.
just enjoys going in for the
Yeah,
tackle.
boy. Brutal,
And thank
man.
God, yeah,
Yeah.
boy. He does enjoy every tackle.
Everyone.
Bad, boy. He
Boy,
bad,
watch
boy.
me. I just feel so secure with Martinez in the back, boy.
Yeah.
And you know what that make me feel good, boy? When the man passing the ball out from behind. Boy.
Yes,
when he
yes.
passing through the lines, boy, with
Yeah.
Through the
comfort
lines.
and
That is a
ease
through the
and-
line.
Yes.
Mhm.
right? And accuracy.
Yeah. Simeon on the inside, good night, buddy. He's saying, serious question. What's the main difference with Bailly and Martinez besides injuries?
Now it's a big difference.
Big difference.
It's composure.
Like,
Right?
yeah.
As much as composure playing without risk.
Mhm.
But he's a very risky player.
He
As much as he aggressive, right? He's a very risky player that you never know what you're going to get from Bailly on a given day. With
Yeah.
Martinez, you know what you're going to get every single day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, nice idea. Nice idea.
The day I see Martinez take the ball and put it between his leg and roll, do that kind of head roll
Yeah.
in the box, is the day I go say, all right, he and Bailly the same. Because them is the kind of thing I expect Bailly to do now. Rudy saying here, McTominay wasn't even tired. He was fresh and still making them. Yeah, boy. You could sometimes bring it down to he tired. He running hard whole game,
Yeah,
and
now come on.
man was fresh, boy.
yeah.
Zachary saying here, Brighton away, Arsenal, City, Newcastle next 4 games. Wow,
That is tough.
wow,
that is tough.
nice. This will work out good. This will work out good. Nice.
You
So
see,
we
we take
looking
8
like we could make a turn earlier.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Kristen on the inside. Good night, Kristen, man. Thanks for joining. He's saying we need to be clinical. Rashford and Anthony had easy one-on-ones on Traore. Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too easy.
And all of the games will be so much easier to manage after that. Because we done controlling possession already. We moving the ball so nice. We could imagine we had Chelsea running we down and we just joking the
Exactly.
ball and looking
Yeah.
for that opening because Chelsea gotta commit more.
Exactly.
Come on, fellas, this match easy, boy. It's hard.
That's fair. And now I'm feeling with Martial. Martial was fit. He might have about 10 already. Yeah.
But I'm telling you,
Yeah,
But that about 10 already.
yeah. With his finishing, yeah.
I'm telling you.
Dream Chaser saying I feel Sancho don't like that left side, but where else he go play, boy?
Yeah, but he want to be there because he want to
Yeah.
score goals, and that's how he just score goals on because you cut in on the right foot. So to me, that way I think he want to be.
Guys, don't forget to like and share the podcast. We appreciate it. Get the content out, right? Kristen saying here, I feel the EPL too quick for Sancho. In Germany, he had more time and space.
That's why I think yes, it could be something like that, and that's why I keep saying I don't think that wing is for him. I really do feel he will
Yeah.
thrive in that position with us because we have pacey wingers and he is not a pacey winger.
So then, what position Sancho supposed to play then?
Like that will be like a roaming around the number 10 area there, where he could unlock defenses because he good at that. He have great feet and he have good passing, but he don't have the pace to play on the wing.
But he have, if you figure he can have more space in the middle of the park where that area might be a little more crowded and easier for teams to break through the center of the park if he were to lose possession. Because he done going into 50-50s,
Right,
right?
and that's the thing. So it's gonna be a mentality thing with him too.
Yeah.
He had a both sides game all around.
Yeah, yeah. But as we say, he's a late starter every season, so let me
So
hope
hopefully
we
picking
could
up,
be
he
eating
could pick up.
rewards and he
Yeah,
could pick up, yeah.
I don't mind eating that.
Yeah. Simeon saying here, I don't blame them critics. After last year, Ten Hag and that team have to put together at least 5 good games to get excited. I'm encouraged. I see improvement, but all the licks we get still fresh in my mind. Simeon, because you're like he's a nightmares in a boy.
No, but what's the on that Ragnick Arena last season? That was
Yeah, they'll
terrifying to watch
pay.
Yeah,
United
yeah,
play.
yeah,
Though.
They'll
yeah.
pay. Yeah.
It was a chore.
It
Yeah.
You
was
say you had to watch that for the show.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was terrifying to watch United play last season. By
Rudy saying here, I think with Sancho, it's probably still a tactical situation. I know in Dortmund he was a monster on the right with the progressive ball progression and passes. But Anthony Owens all right now, so he had to make the left his starting spot. I'll give Sancho some time, although I know the fans losing patience. Sancho used to play across the front three in Dortmund,
Yeah.
and he used to do it. He used to be very, very effective. So I don't think it's the side of the pitch. I don't know. I'm facing Sancho still. Give him a chance.
yeah,
you know?
definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah,
You're a long contract. We're getting some.
Yeah.
We're game time.
But he
Yeah.
has to play in the performances. You
Correct.
can't just keep playing him and he's not doing anything.
Correct.
Exactly. And by the time he finding himself, we have some hungry, young, exciting players.
Exactly.
Should get a chance.
Yeah. Christian saying here he played well in preseason and started the season very good. And like he had 3 goals in 3 games and he didn't get picked for England. I don't know if that affected him.
Yeah, but then if you want to get picked, then the only
You need to
how you
step
can
up
get
the
picked is
performances. Yeah.
it's to be consistent on the field. Be
Because as it
consistent
stands
with
right
performances,
now, yeah.
and Southgate will
Yeah,
have no
make it.
chance.
Yeah.
As it stands right now, I don't see him making the England squad.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then too, you never know if that's affecting him, Maybe that was one of his long term or one of his ambitions short term to make this World Cup.
Yeah.
And seeing that he wasn't part of the team for the year, more or less. Maybe emotionally, psychologically, that affected him.
Yeah. Christian Senior started to see Varane injured, but at least he get injured after our tough fixtures.
Oh gosh, no, Christian.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
different way.
No, but the man trying to see the positive. The man trying to see the positives of the injury. That's what going on there, right?
Oh, cool. Christian, you're brutal, boy.
He said at least he get injured after we play Chelsea and Tottenham and all them and them.
Like I use rag, boy. You did that in a corner. You don't wash the rims, you wash the car, you got it nice. And you're going to bin now. Brutal, boy.
But under this Varane thing, Varane was having a superb, solid game up until the
Yeah,
injury.
right.
Although that got me deep.
Oh,
Yeah.
How big are you think this Varane loss is for our top 4 hopes? Because it looks serious, right? And he had breaky foot, so he didn't have to get stretched off. But that don't mean that the injury not serious, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His
You know,
reaction alone tell you how bad it is.
Yeah.
exactly. You know,
Yeah.
the tears, everything. It was heartbreaking. You know,
Yeah.
and I mean, I guess probably some of the tears would have been because he think the World Cup, and this is what his last World Cup
Yeah.
possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that would have played heavily on his mind. But this Varane loss, and especially the kind of partnership him and Martinez, developed, the understanding, Ten Hag talk about his, ability to organize defenses. How big of a loss is this for our top four hopes?
With Slabhead coming, that's it. Um, I think the team has improved. I think Lindelof, even when Varane wasn't available, Lindelof stepped up, and Lindelof would have did well with Martinez. Right? I think Casemiro coming into the team, adding that defensive solidity and that defensive organization, I think that would have also helped with Lindelof coming into the team. So to be honest, I think because of the chemistry, because of the understanding the way I play, as Ten Hag would always say, you understand the principles, what he wants to employ in the team. Uh, I think we'll be able to manage. I think we'll be able to manage. But this I'm not confident in Maguire because I don't think Maguire is confident in himself to play that role, because we saw the role that Varane was playing. The role that Varane was playing is a role that you had to have confidence that he would win the ball, and he would win the ball every time. And we saw every time Varane went in there determined to win the ball, and 90% of the time he would have won the ball. And I don't have that confidence with Maguire if it is Maguire coming in. I'm more confident with Lindelof, but I have a question mark in terms of if Ten Hag would play Lindelof over
Over
Maguire.
Maguire, yeah.
Yeah, I think now that is the conundrum within the squad, within being Ten Hag head, if it's Lindelof or Maguire. But I think if Lindelof play, I think we would still have a solid season, and hopefully with the World Cup coming up, that will give Varane time, hopefully, to recover. If it's at least by January, worst case, he could be back into the team.
Yeah. JP, we ain't get anything yet on the extent of the injury, and by that measure, we don't know how long he could be out, right? But between now and at the start of the World Cup, I think we have 6 more games, and then in December we have our next tough run until the new year, right? So same question, how big of a loss is Varane?
Yeah. If it going anything beyond World Cup is a huge loss. But I side with Nico where I feel more confident if it's Lindelof. And I think if Lindelof gets in now and could put in some good performances with Martinez, then based on how Ten Hag has been selecting his teams on merit, I don't think it would just be a matter of Maguire fit, so we had to bring him back in. If he's seeing something good going on with Lindelof and Martinez, I trust that he will maintain that partnership. And he won't break it up and say, well, okay, become Maguire back now, where they're playing. Now, Maguire might still end up in like cup games or Europa League games or something like that when he needs to rest the other defenders. So if it's on a wrong World Cup after World Cup, I feel okay once we have Martinez and Lindelof. If
Yeah.
there's anything beyond that, then I think we have to look at the market and see what replacements we could get. Because in any event, I think in the next window, we're going to be making some switches with defenders because we know Varane history, and you can't have one player getting injured disrupting the system so much. So we had to look at bolstering so that we could get men to come off the bench and do the same thing, like how City have it.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, when you look at the kind of challenges Martinez has get himself in, if that was
Yeah,
by would have get injured already long
long
time
time,
in,
long time.
you know.
Yeah,
Um, Kurt saying here, Martinez is pure heart and passion in that defense. You see how concerned when Varane went, how he was concerned when Varane went down.
Yeah.
Yeah, Varane could be a big miss because, I mean, anybody who watched the game today and see how Varane and Martinez, that kind of chemistry and how they were just manning that defense and even playing like midfielders because they had that kind of ball ability.
Yeah.
We were looking so good. So I mean, it really tough to see Varane go down there and he will be out for a while, man. Kevin James saying here, Nico, remember I asked you the question about De Gea a couple shows back? I don't know if it's the contract renewal thing. But thanks for joining, Kevin. Simeon saying here, we need better rotation. If Ten Hag doesn't trust many bench players, injuries will continue to pile up in the condensed schedule. Too bad we expensive a squad and half can't play. Yeah. At some point, Ten Hag had to risk it with his squad. All right. Could say I would have loved to see Garnacho against Chelsea today.
Yeah. Remember I was saying that in training game I was saying that I wanted to see him come on.
I would not mind seeing him today.
But me and Simeon was having a discussion and he was asking because everybody wants to see the young people play. But I'm wondering if Ten Hag would have preferred, to blood them in situations like, we expecting because we're creating so much chances. And if, let's say, Rashford and Anthony were to play away their chances, then he will say, well, hey, we have a 2-goal cushion. This is where I'm giving Garnacho his chance. This is where I'm bringing on Iqbal. He is seeing bringing youth players in differently. And we saying, well, just bring them in,
Yeah.
And I think my thinking with it sometimes is just the youth just will come on and just do something. Like if you think back to Federico Makeda, that Aston Villa game, when Fergie threw him in, that was crunch time. That was like a pivotal game now. Fergie throwing this man in.
Yeah.
And he come on and he do something, he makes something happen. So sometimes that's how I think of it. Like just throwing Garnacho, he can't do what Sancho was doing.
True that.
Yeah.
Rudy saying here, I have to cut the viewing short, but I just want to say all in all, appreciated body, all United to the world.
Yeah,
Yes, man. Let's get we out there. Right? When they get more people in on the content, man. Manchester United fans. And well, the occasional Chelsea ones. Zach saying here, all the points they here saved over the past years, he deserves a renewal. Of course, Chelsea not going to say that.
Yeah, exactly.
Ethan Lynch on the inside. Good night, buddy. Thanks for joining, man. Yes, blessings and love.
Good night.
Kurt saying here, big loss by Lindelof. Tough, yes, but he'll still get rough up easy by strikers. But with Martinez at his side, he'll be fine.
And Casemiro in front time too.
Exactly, yeah.
Casemiro is a bully too, eh?
Yeah.
Casemiro is a bully too, eh? I think Casemiro some shoulder and push off today. I get worried at a moment in time. I said, God, I said, man, I'm going to give a penalty, right? Yeah. I'm not hearing you, Reem.
Yeah.
Reem. I'll go with the comments. I'll go with the comments for the while. Concerns about the centre back position. Right? Because one more injury and we are back to Harry. Yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I soon saying same thing. And with his son, yeah, definitely Victor. Good looking Tunzebi and Mengi can't even be fit as well to grab their chance at centre back.
True.
I rather anyone else over Maguire.
Same here. Yeah.
With Victor Lindelof, though, we get that long ball that bypasses the press and midfield to hopefully Erasio Anthony. Remy, are you song in there?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, to be fair, long as defenders, especially centre back, are playing well, you really rotate your centre backs, eh? True.
Yeah, but I think I was using. I think City is the benchmark now, so I will look
That's
at
true,
what
eh?
City does there, and Pep
Mm.
have centre backs at his disposal, and he rotating. Today was a different player, and I start the game again. He switching it up because
Yeah,
it's a congested time now with the number of games that are played, and especially when we have a player like Varane who
mm.
we know prone to injury. It would be
Right.
good if on occasion we could say, all right, we could switch out this game, give a little rest for that one. Like,
Yeah,
but
true.
we don't have the players to come off the bench who we could trust to say,
Good
well,
trust.
we will
Yeah,
feel confident enough that we switch out one for the other and we get the same kind of performance.
yeah, yeah. So good again. Correct. He does have this in his arsenal, right? Um, not sure exactly. I think. All right, God forbid anything happens. I think maybe I missed some of the comments.
But he was talking about Lindelof passing ability.
Hmm. Yes. Right. Devinja, good night, man. Good night, fellas. The way we control that game, that job felt like I lost. If we had lost, boy, the team improving. We have a good few games before the World Cup, all wins. Yeah, yeah, taking that. City way in front, eh?
Yeah,
I have to agree with you, but City have a different level of
yeah,
quality,
but
eh?
that's why I say City is the benchmark. So that's
Not
why
the benchmark,
you gotta
definitely.
be aiming to that. That's what I look at.
Yeah,
Remember, we were the benchmark before, and Fergie always used to say he want to have four top strikers in his team, and that's how
yeah.
other teams started to follow things like that.
No, no
Nah,
room in here at all.
still not there.
Yeah. Yes, and again saying, City have backup in all positions.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Right. So I seen Reams drop out to come back. So we hope he come back in.
yeah.
Um, anything today otherwise that stand out to you, JP? Anything that we want to touch on, or any comments to anything you want to touch on, that stood out to you in the game today?
I mean, apart from the game, to me the whole listening to people talk about Ronaldo and how some of that still kind of overshadowing what good going on with the team. For me, that is what I don't like that's happening around the good that's happening in the club. Yeah, it was a little upsetting that some of the comments even before the game with Rio Ferdinand, they're talking about the Ronaldo situation before the game. Is like this shouldn't be overshadowing a game against Chelsea. There's not
True.
what should be in the spotlight right now.
Testing one. You'll hear
Yeah,
me?
Yeah,
is it
yeah,
or not?
Okay.
yeah. You're back inside.
All right. Sorry about that, JP. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. So I just found that now is that time where we've seen so much positive taking place all these years since Fergie leave. This is probably the best safe feeling as a United fan. And then the situation with Ronaldo coming and occur
Yeah,
and the ex United players who talking out about it, they really upsetting me.
yeah,
And it's
yeah.
like let us focus on the good that taking place. I was telling him earlier, we were talking about this and I told him, you're listening to Ferdinand and I want to know the way he talking about how Ten Hag should have to manage Ronaldo and talk to Ronaldo about his playing time and like because it's Ronaldo. I
Yeah.
want to know if Fergie would have done that. And I
No.
think it's a resounding no. So
Yeah,
why must Ten Hag have to treat Ronaldo in this way as if he's this baby? You're playing
yeah,
today or you're not playing today. I'm the manager and I'm making the decisions. And
yeah.
what we need to get from these ex players is the support for the manager and not for the friend.
Yeah.
True, true.
Um,
So the question I asked Reem, right, in terms of some of the comments you'll be seeing coming here is what we saw that stood out today. And I would have asked, those in the comments to, just to state or to put what they saw today that they enjoyed, that we saw that we felt good about.
Yeah. For me, how easy we made it look carving through Chelsea. You know, you remember we used to talk about, and I remember Nico used to say it,
Yeah.
teams cutting through like a hot knife with butter.
Yeah.
Yeah. A hot knife through
And
butter.
a hot knife through butter. And we carved through Chelsea just like that. It was so easy
Yeah.
playing
Yeah.
through
So easy.
Chelsea
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
You understand? And that for me was enjoyable to see, you know, these boys playing with that kind of swagger, that kind of confidence. You know, it's like they know what they're supposed to do. I remember it had a ball. Chelsea tried to press and squeeze Ericsson and Casemiro. I don't know if you like
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
this.
Yes, I
I
can remember
remember
that
And
that. Yeah.
clearly. And
Casemiro
the
get the
Yeah.
ball,
composure on the ball.
and Casemiro just take the ball easy
Yeah.
and
With
look up
two
and
men on
just
him.
see.
Switch
Yeah, and
it.
just I think he see Antonio Dallon and just play it
Anthony.
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boy,
Yeah.
watch me. A
And
ball
find
him.
him easy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a ball. I say in other
Yeah.
situations, McTominay don't kick away that way.
Yeah.
We
Long time.
concede.
He loses.
You
He
know?
try to make a turn somewhere and lose the ball.
And Maguire they trying to run down, running like who played by molasses uphill? Yeah, watch me. I enjoy watching my team right now. I enjoying watching Man United play.
Yeah.
You know? But
You had the comments?
JP had touched on something before I want to go on, but let me get the comments and then we'll come
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah.
Right? Ethan talking about here the fight of the team.
I agree with that.
And that's what
He
that's
dies.
the fight. Kurt saying here you see Arsenal is following the Fergie model, invest in the youths. Yeah, and I think give Ten Hag, I think Arteta already, you know, have enough in the
Established.
bank.
Yeah.
Yeah, he have enough in the bank to make them kind of calls. So
Yeah.
I think Ten Hag not there yet. And when he there yet, we will see more risks, you know. His son also saying here we look like a team despite, you know, we was wasteful. Yeah. Simeon saying funny we look at City and they are clearly the best team, but maybe right now we should look more at Arsenal and be a solid team from front to back with reliable players that are consistent. Yeah, I get what you're saying here.
Yeah, but Arsenal are injury or two away from dropping to it, and that's why I had to look at City, because City could
That depth.
replace. Yeah.
Yeah. Ethan saying here we have made good strides, definitely so. Alright, Simeon saying here we stabilize our defense. Looks like our midfield is coming together. Now our forward line.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And all these are very, very interesting takes here, guys. Ethan saying it's been seasons since we had a total performance like what we did against Spurs. No doubt. You'll also say nobody questioned Ferguson.
Thank you.
Right? And the Vinci on the inside, man. Good night. No strikers is concerning though if Ronaldo say no more. It's only Rashford. When we pull him off, it was Scott and Ilanga up front. Boy. There was an interesting comment here, and I want to go back to this. Right? Let me see if it's where I got it from. Right. Simeon said, he said we stabilize our defense. Looks like our midfield is coming together now for our forward line. So if we were to look at, you know, the three areas of the pitch, the defense, which would be the 5 players, we midfield, and we forward line, which area you all think, you know, we are the strongest in terms of one, quality and depth when everybody fit?
Yeah.
Kind of tough question.
Good question, boy. Good question.
Yeah.
Boy. See.
think about it.
If I go in defense, then I'm thinking about Slabhead coming in. If I go in
Nah, yeah.
midfield, I'm talking about Scott coming
Yes,
in. No, my Scott
Scott,
wasn't
yeah.
too bad. If I go in the forward line, Sancho playing up all over the place. They are a tough one, but I feel I go the forward line. As much as we miss firing, But could be the midfield too. But anyway,
Yeah,
but that tough
I
one.
think I will give it midfield. I will give it midfield because the starting pair are good. Fred, when we get past Fred, we good. Um,
Mhm.
when Mark Tomini remember his football and wrestling he playing, we good.
Yeah.
Um, and then we still have like the younger players
Iqbal.
who we still didn't see yet, Iqbal and Savage. We really get much of a look in yet, but we still have them in
Yeah.
terms of depth. So I feel the midfield might be the strongest area.
Yeah, yeah, and I agree with JP on that one because when I look
Yeah.
at the defense, yes, Martinez and Varane looking a real good pair, but the drop off after that now,
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel the drop off worse than the midfield in terms of because
yeah, yeah,
you know because you're looking at Wan-Bissaka who can control and pass a ball to save his
yeah,
life as the low replacement. Right, and then you talk about Maguire, and every time I think about Maguire, I just think about when he
yeah,
choke out Shaw, right? And then Dombele come and slap and score, and the
uh,
whole team capitulate against Spurs.
yeah.
I just always think about that. And then when he hit, he do the back scorpion kick and kick Pogba
Kick down
and bust.
Pogba.
He just is why is only he just be doing them kind of stupidness all year.
Yeah.
So I really think it's the midfield, and I think the fact that Ericsson and Casemiro came in was, you know,
Hmm.
for that. Kurt saying here, right now our defense is the strongest. Our midfield is getting there, but our forwards need to be sharper. Anthony has pace to take on and go down the byline and whip crosses.
You actually
Right?
playing across with his right foot today, yes?
yeah.
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 Simeon saying here with everyone fit the forward line hands down.
What, yeah, so it's not an easy question, right? Not
Yeah.
straightforward. It's not as
Yeah.
straightforward, you
Yeah.
know?
Um, David Cotton on the inside, good night, buddy. Thanks for joining, man. We saw the return of Scotland McTominay.
Now, but Scotland, he playing okay for Scotland, or? Nah,
Hey,
but
watch me. No, but Nico,
that
let me
decision
don't
today,
forget. No, let me don't forget
terrible.
the no, but let me don't forget, right? The most recent McTominay in Scotland was
Yeah,
off the back of his performances when it was a performance
yes,
that
for
they proved
United.
with United.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we had, so if when he talk about the Scotland McTominay, he talk about the
Yeah,
centre
the
back,
one from
right?
before. Nice.
Yeah. So guys, we want to I looking at the time, so we wanna talk about this one here because it's something that I find was pretty annoying. JP was touching on it. Right, it was pretty annoying. I don't know who here would have seen. Well, I know Ollie would have watched the pre-match press conference for the Chelsea game, and Ollie, no questions was about Chelsea.
Hmm.
Right, no questions was about Chelsea, and that's starting to annoy.
Yeah.
Right, and now fast forward to today, Ten Hag, had to do his normal post pre-match interviews. This particular individual again being spoken about. And while the game, well, with the other pundits, namely ex-United players, Rio Ferdinand and Roy Keane, they had a mouthful. All right, so this is what Roy Keane had to say. He said here, he's a human being, and this is with regard to what happened last week at Spurs, right? In the game against Spurs. He's a human being. He's got flaws. He's probably frustrated that he's not getting opportunities. Players have done a lot worse things at Man United.
Like what? Like what?
And I think he had noted how Rio Ferdinand refused to take a drug test. He talked about Paul Scholes refusing to play a game or something like that. And I think there was one more thing that he made reference to. But all in all, these guys are more or less, making excuses, or they kind of, while they're saying that they don't agree with Ronaldo's action, they thought that he should not have been punished. I'll go on and confirm that statement because I know people might say, who said that, Roy Keane also said it on Rashford's chances. Ronaldo would have scored that. And this is
Not
the thing I don't
easy.
like, eh? Yeah, this is the thing I don't like, eh? Because they will always say Ronaldo would have scored that. When Ronaldo play how much games and then score no goals.
Exactly.
Right? Rio Ferdinand, before the game, Rio Ferdinand, the Ronaldo affair. Whether you like it or not, Cristiano is one of the greatest footballers of all time. He should be treated differently than anyone else. Fellas, what is going on with Rio Ferdinand, Roy Keane? What is wrong with the ex-players that are speaking, and you find that should be more ambassadors ambassadors of the club rather than
A player.
a player.
For me, especially the Ferdinand one, I think Ferdinand would have reached out to Ronaldo, or there maybe there's
Mhm.
been a constant communication, and I guess Ronaldo would have been given Rio his side of whatever issue he having with Tenant, right? Without Rio having both sides of the coin. So he just basing whatever information he given out to the media now in terms of what Ronaldo would have told him, and he's siding with his partner. They know it wrong, or no? They know it
Mhm.
wrong, but I guess Ronaldo would have been also confiding in him. Again, I stand to be corrected, right? So the defending the friend and the rather the friendship with Ronaldo than the club, than Man United. Maybe United do nothing for them, and I say, "Boy, out of United do nothing for me." Again, Ronaldo is my partner. I sticking to Ronaldo. So I think it's more at that, because I cannot see why they would justify these actions. To me, there's no reason why to justify these actions. Other than that's your friend, and
Mhm.
it's a friend thing. And then the second thing is United sell papers. So whatever about United, right? Especially something that in the media like that, naturally these pundits will talk about it because they want the ratings, they want the viewings, that is what they're there for now. So at the end of the day, all this is what Man United is made of, and we sell papers, we get the views and everything around United is why players like Ferdinand and Roy Keane in a job today, right? How much really? Let me think about how much ex-Arsenal players did really see being pundits in a successful way, right? Watch Gary Neville, you know.
Mhm.
Phil Neville, if he was around, same thing. The kind of exposure these players getting because they were former United, and because they could comment Paul Scholes. Come on, seriously, Paul Scholes. Watch how much respect Paul Scholes getting in the media, and it's only because of United. So until in a time, United, as long as they maintain this brand, will always be the talking points, and whatever come out of United, people will always grab on to get the views.
JP?
Yeah. This situation kind of it remind me of school days when people want to be friends with the fellas on the intercal team, and because there's the popular crowd, so Rio and them out of the game now. So it's like they still want to be in Ronaldo good books because he's the popular fella in school now. That's how they're getting on. Like they're running on the popular friend. Call it for what it is. I find as ex-players, all you understand the dynamics of a football team. So you can't say I don't condone his actions and then put a but. Don't put no but. Leave it at that. We don't condone it. The manager is the one in charge. Leave it at that. Follow what the manager is saying. Put the trust in the manager and let the manager run the club as he wanted to be run. Don't say no but and don't come and talk about who do anything worse because Roy Keane is one of the hardest men on United players when they're not performing. Why you not going so hard on Ronaldo? Ronaldo gets his chances this season. It's not like
Yeah.
Ronaldo didn't get chances this season. He gets his chances.
Yeah,
What proof we have to say off of this season? We're not talking about these 700 goals Ronaldo scored. We're talking about this season where 37 good and 38-year Ronaldo has not been scoring for us. So is it that until Ronaldo is 50, managers just have to do what Ronaldo wants?
Yeah.
At some point, he have to recognize that he is getting older and he is not as useful as he used to be. And to me, all Ronaldo doing is tarnishing his legacy by acting this way. And his friends not being true friends by coming out in defense of him. If you're a true friend, you will come out and say, plain and simple, Ronnie, that's not cool what you're doing there. It's a team sport, you're getting older, you have to expect less minutes. Ten Hag don't have to tell Ronaldo how much minutes he have to get. He doesn't have to tell him that because games are not played before. They play as it happened in the 90 minutes, and the manager have to make decisions in the 90 minutes. So he
Correct.
can't promise Ronaldo any certain number of minutes if he don't start him. If he chooses to use Ronaldo as a sub to waste time, that is his prerogative as a manager.
Yeah. Look when at Juventus when he was on the bench at Juventus. You ever hear anybody talk about that?
Okay,
When Pirlo had him on the bench, you ever hear anybody talk about that?
right,
Nobody talk about that.
yeah,
Ten Hag, you know, well, as I noted before, he was constantly asked. Every single interview is always about Ronaldo.
mm-hmm.
And he kept saying the same thing. And this is what he said. It's more important because they were asking, you know, with how Rashford, you know, was the only one and he didn't have options because Marcel was injured. You know, they asked, well, did the decision to leave, you know, did it make sense now? And he said it's more important to have the right culture and standards and values. You have to live and learn. Right? And we've always been asking, you know, and even the Roy Keanes and the Rio Ferdinands, times past, they would have been the ones calling for a manager to make big
Tough
decisions.
decision, exactly.
And we have a manager making big decisions, but
And they're not
because
supposed to.
yeah,
They're
but
your
because
friend.
it's the wrong person he making the
Yeah,
big
they make it
decisions on,
against. Yes,
Yeah.
you know,
yeah,
now the decisions is wrong decisions.
yeah,
You know, and what is very embarrassing for me is the fact that these guys did not, like, I don't know if they know and it's intentionally that they're doing it, but they're undermining Eric Ten Hag.
yeah,
Right? You're undermining the decisions and the authority of the manager. At the end of the day, Eric Ten Hag says, you know, the first time it happened, he spoke to the team. Right? Ronaldo was involved, but he also
Yeah.
said it was other people. Right? And he spoke to them. This is the second time, and he said it has to be punished. It
Exactly.
has to be punished, and he has to make an example. Right? And let's be real here. Right? The tunnel in Old Trafford is not in the middle of the stadium where you could be inconspicuous and you could leave.
mm-hmm.
Ronaldo, in his mind, when he refused to come on because he was asked to warm up, to get ready, and he refused. And not only that, from there, Ronaldo could have go back and sit down, right? But Ronaldo chose to walk off.
Mm-hmm.
You think Ronaldo didn't know what he was doing?
Exactly.
So for these guys to sit down here and try to defend it and saying, you know, you have to give certain players special privileges. Let me tell you something, right? Ferguson had already established himself as one of the best managers in the world. So when Ferguson gave special treatment to Eric Cantona and to Cristiano Ronaldo, right? He knew that nobody in that dressing room could have come and no other player could have come and question him. He knew that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He knew, but Eric Ten Hag has not established himself to the extent where he can give players special privileges. Everybody has to be treated the same way. Only when Eric Ten Hag reaches to that place where he have that kind, he's set in the job, he has earned his badges, you know, as Manchester United manager, winning things. Then we could see him favoring this player, that player, and say, well, hey, you can't really argue with he, you know. He have trophies, he have this, he have that, he win this, he win that. So until then, please, let Ten Hag build his team. Let Ten Hag, you know, establish order and authority. Nobody is bigger than the club. Not Cristiano Ronaldo. And over time, even Sir Alex Ferguson proved it. David Beckham in his
Yep.
time was probably
Yep.
as big as Ronaldo is now.
Exactly.
And when Beckham threw his dummy out, Fergie didn't have none of that crap.
And Beckham was big without social media. Eh? So
Yeah.
imagine
Exactly.
with social media now.
Exactly.
Beckham
Yeah.
have been even bigger.
Yeah.
So when Roy Keane and Rio Ferdinand talking this nonsense, this is coming from a purely biased point of view, and it is not helping the team, it's not helping the club, it's not helping Ten Hag, right?
But the thing
So-
about Ten Hag, the results working in Ten Hag favor.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
So
Yeah.
however they talking it falling on deaf ear. Nobody is taking them on, to be honest.
Yeah.
because the team is doing well. If the team weren't doing well, then definitely it would have been a very toxic environment. But the team
Correct.
is doing well, so they could talk as much as they want.
And that was my concern for today's game. I was like, I wondering if this could affect the rest of the team. And I
Yeah,
was so happy to see that it was almost like, well, okay, Ronaldo
yeah,
do his trippiness, he get punished. Let me pull up my socks and do what I gotta do.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
fellas
will again, I said the
realizing,
team glad. I will
yeah,
again, I said the team glad because Ronaldo does show up the balance in the team.
He does. He does. He does.
I
Let's
agree
just get
with you
somebody
though.
comments.
Yeah,
We'll get somebody comments. Simeon saying Martial alone scoring, assisting, and penalty creating. Garnacho is quality, but can't see a sweat. How much that Ronaldo, Anthony, Sancho weekly salary cost? um, Ethan saying here Ronaldo wouldn't have been there to score because he wouldn't have pressed to get them opportunity. Yeah,
you know that.
and that's no guess. We see it happen more than
You know
once,
that.
right?
You know that.
He also saying them guys working for their supper, so they're dancing to the music. They they paying them.
Yeah, exactly.
hmm
Could saying here look this youth Shola
He still
balling
has some
out in
time
the
to go. No, but he
balling
still
balling
has
out.
out in
some
the
time to go.
okay he balling out in the under 21s in
Yeah.
almost all games so far. He's also part of the senior team. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, they've been just saying here, this is not the first time we're hearing this from ex-United players. Watch how long
This
they
side
started
with
with
Oli.
Oli.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, when everyone was
True.
seeing it was going down, even
hmm
when we was looking for a manager, they was pushing Poch. As Nick was saying, a view and TV talk too. I don't get that last part,
No, no, no.
but Nico, you might know. All right. So you're saying here, Ronaldo has left the club and himself. He has let the club and himself down with his play this season. Now with his attitude, football is all about performance. And if Ronaldo has scored a hat trick in the EPL game, Ten Hag might have treated him like a goal-scoring legend, not a former scorer. Correct. Um, they've been just saying here, which genuine United fan would side with sticking with Ronaldo over Ten Hag? It go hurt Ronaldo, not part of the project, but it's Ten Hag project.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
correct,
Yeah. The
correct.
Ten Hag is
So
not the person who brought him back to the club. Ten Hag come and met him there. And I
Exactly.
and
exactly,
let me be honest, if Ten Hag was there, Ten Hag was not going for Ronaldo.
correct.
No.
That Ten Hag was not going for Ronaldo because
No.
that is not the side of football Ten Hag want to play.
Yeah.
And to end the discussion here, Ten Hag has always been, you know, in high praise of Ronaldo. And I know you could say actions speak louder than words, but at the end of the day, he has to manage the team, not
hmm
only one player, and the team has more than one players, right?
hmm
And at the end, and he has to win games. So Ronaldo, and I think JP you mentioned it. Ronaldo to understand that he's not 30, he's not 25, he's now 38,
Yeah.
right? So you know what the manager's asking for is not for tap-ins because you had to be in position to tap in the ball, and you're not getting into those positions, right? And he also said that if Ronaldo didn't want to get subbed off against who we played before Spurs, Newcastle,
hmm
then he has to prove that he could do it.
Yeah.
There are no passes for this squad. Everybody's been treated equal, and I can accept that.
Yeah.
We've been asking for that.
Yeah.
Last two comments going to Simeon and Lynch. Think Ten Hag could do Ronaldo if he was scoring. The man said Ronaldo have to show him. The man couldn't score in Cyprus. Yeah. Ethan Lynch saying, look how Zlatan working into East Milan plans. Ronaldo have to reevaluate his role. And that is it.
Yeah.
Zlatan not going to fight to
Yes.
play every game.
Exactly.
Anyway, guys, we could go on and on. It was a good show again. We have Sheriff on Tuesday, and we have West Ham on Sunday.
hmm
So those are the next two up. And let's hope for some good news on the Varane front. Right. I guess by Tuesday or Monday we might know more. Also, Maguire is close to return. Van de Beek, Wan-Bissaka, Martial, Tuanzebe, Brandon Williams. Eric Ten Hag said all these fellas back in training. So very, very soon we might have a little more depth in the squad. if you could use him as our next thing, right? So, yeah, guys, unless there's anything that you all want to say, we could wrap it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. So, for those who are viewing, thanks again for the comments, thanks for the likes, thanks for the shares. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. We're there. We want to build up that following as well, right? And on Facebook, well, we're ever present. So have a good night, guys, and see you on the next one.
All right, good night.